November, aka the spookiest time of the year because Halloween has passed and it's NaNoWriMo. If you're new to NaNoWriMo, you may actually not have understood the word I just said, NaNoWriMo. It's short for National Novel Writing Month. It's good for novelists, but it's also good for people like me. My name is Zuli Rain. I am a full-time freelance content creator and blogger, and being good at writing is my whole job. It's how I live and make money and feed my cats their special fancy cat food. It's been going on for over 20 years, and basically it all started when this guy, Chris Batty or Beatty, was like, I mean, what even is a novel? What, 50,000 words? A small novel is 50,000 words? Sure. And what if I actually did it in a month? What if I actually sat down and did that in a month? That would be like, what, 1,600-ish words? And you know what if I did it so that everybody could get involved and everybody could write a novel in a month? Originally, I think it was in April, but then they moved it to November to take advantage of the miserable weather. Something I can get on board with. Why should you do it? NaNoWriMo is a good way to write a book. There have been a lot of people who actually had books published as a result of NaNoWriMo. For some people, just having this month-long challenge is the only way to, get a kick up the butt and actually sit down and write something. If you're watching this, you're probably like me. You've always wanted to write a book and you've never actually done it despite, having a computer and fingers or even a computer and a voice. It's possible, you just haven't found the time. NaNoWriMo allows you to stop the myth that you don't have time and forces you to make time. Writing is a muscle like anything else. The more often you do it, the better you get at it. And even if you don't actually complete a novel that you're proud of or love, the first time I did NaNoWriMo, it was like an Alice in Wonderland ripoff. It was really bad, but it was the first time I'd actually written a novel. And despite it not being good, I was proud of myself. And guess what? I was better at writing after that. The more you do writing, the better you get. And if you want to be a published novelist or a career blogger or a freelance writer, the more you do it, the better you get. And at least this way you get to do it with a lot of your best writing friends, like me. Even though I won't be participating this year to write a novel, I will be participating this year just in terms of sitting down every single day to write a little bit, and at the end I will have done my own little version of NaNoWriMo. So no matter what kind of writing you do, NaNoWriMo is good for you. Are there any reasons not to do it? There is a surprising amount of controversy around this time of year. I always see think pieces entitled "Why NaNoWriMo Sucks and Will Drain the Soul from Your Writing." Like anything, if you force yourself to write 1,667 words in a day during a whole month, what's gonna come out probably won't be that good. Don't do this if you want to write a best-selling novel. It might happen, but it probably won't because of NaNoWriMo. You also won't earn any money. That's why I'm partially doing it as part of my blog. When I write on my blog, I do earn money. Just posting in NaNoWriMo won't earn you any money. But if you're like me, you just want to get better at writing, you want a reason to do it every day and practice every day, and you want to do it with a bunch of people who are like you and enjoy writing and want to get better, NaNoWriMo is the best. Here's how you do it as a beginner. First, you want to pick a goal. If you go to the NaNoWriMo website, you'll see that the goal is pretty universal. It's 50,000 words. If you enter the official NaNoWriMo competition, you will have to input 50,000 words into their official word counter. However, if you're like me and you want to do a modified version, or if you just know yourself realistically and you know you're not going to be able to do a 50,000 words in a month, there's no shame in picking a smaller or even a bigger goal. Pick something that works for you. Second, so you have your goal. What comes next? You're gonna pick a place. So I will be doing my version of NaNoWriMo on Medium. I will be doing it #Zuli's Writing Challenge. So if you wanna join, feel free to do the same thing. Just when you publish a story, add the tag Zuli's Writing Challenge, and I will read and clap and comment for your story. I like Medium because you get paid based on reads, so it is a way to earn money. You can do any kind of writing you want and just partake in getting some money from any odd read that might come your way. If you're going for a specific word count and you're maybe a little bit more private, Google Docs is going to be the best bet for you. I like Google Docs because it has an inbuilt word counter. If you press Command-Shift-C, you can actually see the total number of words you have on there. You can also include, like, they allow you to download little widget tools that will keep you up to date, and you can set your own custom goals. And of course, you can and should also be posting it on the NaNoWriMo website. They have their own place to put in text. They have their own like little progress bar that I love seeing fill up every year. It's a great place to find like local NaNoWriMo groups if you want to meet people near you. Like, I know us writers, we can be an antisocial bunch, but this is your chance to get out there and meet other writers. They also have tons of tools to help you find like accountability buddies, and there's just a real sense of we're all in this big old bucket together. We're gonna do it. We're gonna write a novel. It's a cool place. It's a cool website. I recommend you check it out regardless of whether you decide to put your stuff there or not. Third, pick an accountability measure. If you've never written 1,667 words in a day before, let me tell you right now, it is freaking hard trying to crank out volume, but also kind of struggling with your own mediocrity. We've all been there. It is not fun to deal with. November is Thanksgiving for a lot of us. I'm gonna be with my family celebrating. I'm not gonna feel like writing. So you wanna find a way to motivate yourself when you don't feel like writing, to make sure that you can stick it out. One way that I'm doing this is I've posted publicly about my writing challenge. I'm hoping that wanting to avoid the shame of publicly failing on my very own challenge that I created is gonna keep me motivated. But you can also use the NaNoWriMo website to find an accountability buddy. You know, reward yourself with chocolate or whatever you want if you make it through. You should also be really realistic about your word count goal that you're aiming for. You'll also want to pick a theme. So the traditional theme for NaNoWriMo is fiction, but honestly, you can choose whatever you want. You can write a book, a nonfiction book. You can work on your memoir. You can just write a series of blog posts that are totally unrelated to each other. It's totally up to you. The main thing is just writing and getting better at writing. If you want to stick to the original spirit of NaNoWriMo, definitely go for fiction. If you're just practicing to try to practice writing, then pick whatever you want. And finally, pick a strategy. So go back to your goal, whatever it was. How are you gonna do it? Think logistics here. Are you gonna get up early and do it in the morning? Are you gonna stay up late and do it at night? Are you gonna do it during your lunch break at work? What are you gonna do if you fall behind? What are you gonna do if, you eat too much turkey and you fall asleep? The more ironed out you can get for your strategy, the better off you're gonna be when you hit those inevitable sticky spots. Frequently asked questions / troubleshooting. Every year the same issues come up. I've prepared this list of FAQs to help you in case you run into these common issues. Issue number 1.
Zuli, it's November 12th as I watch this video, but NaNoWriMo starts November 1st. What am I gonna do?
Viewer, guess what? Time is a meaningless construct and you can do whatever you feel like. That's the good news. But seriously, just because you're watching this on November 12th or April 1st, it doesn't mean you can't join this. The point of this is not to do it all in a month, but rather to practice writing. If you're watching this in mid-November, you can say, okay, well, I want to join it until the end of November. I'm just gonna do it at my own pace and just try to hang out with everybody else. You can also do it on your own in any other month of the year. Just sit down, set a goal, pick a month and start writing. Do whatever you like. On to issue 2.
Zuli, I joined November 1st, but I've already fallen behind.
This happens to me every single month I do NaNoWriMo. I start really ambitious. The first few times I did it, I was getting out like 2,000 or 3,000 words per day. And then inevitably, I went to go home to see my family and I didn't feel like writing, or I got stuck into a Gilmore Girls marathon and I stopped writing. And before you know it, it's November 20th, you're 5,000 words behind your word count, and you're like, how do I catch up? Yeah, here's the hard thing. You might have to do more work to catch up. I spent a very frantic, 5-hour weekend, I think, right? I spent 5 hours on a Saturday and 5 hours on a Sunday just clanking away at my keyboard trying to write. And I caught up, and that worked for me. So you're just gonna have to do the same. If this is important to you, you will find the time. Or if you wanna be smart, not like me, you can also just try to avoid falling behind in the first place. Issue number 3. Zuli, I'm all alone. I'm a writer, I'm so lonely. How do I find a writing buddy? Join the Lonely Writer Club. It is possible to find a writing buddy. You can use the NaNoWriMo website, which will match you up with someone. You can Google, how do I find a NaNoWriMo buddy? And you will find tons of websites dedicated to helping you find someone. There's a Reddit thread. If you go on Medium, post in the comments there. You can also just join my challenge. I know I've mentioned it a couple of times. When you publish a story on Medium, write Zuli's Writing Challenge. And I'm hoping to develop a community of writers there who will kind of hang out with each other, write with each other, make it happen together. You will guaranteed find someone out there who's looking for you as well. All you have to do is put the words into Google. Issue number 4.
Zuli, I consider myself a good writer, but I hate the way my novel is going. What do I do now?
Join the other club every writer is a part of. I hate the way my novel is going and I don't know what to do. It's a great club. We're in great company together. Writing is really hard, and I know from writing a couple of first drafts myself, but also reading tweets from authors who have written tons of first drafts. First drafts suck. They are allowed to suck. You are allowed to suck. It's very tempting once you get a third or a quarter of the way through and say, oh no, I've got a much better idea. I've got a much shinier idea. I want to go with that instead. Resist the temptation, because especially if you want to be a novelist, you're gonna have to get used to the feeling of writing a crappy first draft and knowing that guess what? You get to have another go at it and make it better after you finish the first draft. The easy thing is starting, the hard part is finishing. The more time and energy you spend in this first one, the better you're gonna get, and hopefully the ultimate goal for all of us, the closer you'll be to actually writing and publishing a novel one day. That is how you do NaNoWriMo. I think it's a really, really great project because it brings a lot of the nastier parts of writing in under one umbrella and gives you a lot of accountability and a lot of community along the way. I love NaNoWriMo. I'm looking forward to doing it this year, and I hope you are too. If you like this video, please hit like. If you want to see more of this kind of stuff, hit subscribe. You can always leave me a comment. I answer every single one of my comments. If you've got any questions that weren't answered by this video, feel free to let me know below. And I will see you all during the National Novel Writing Month that is coming up very soon. Okay, everybody, have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you all soon. Bye. Okay, we are ready now. Hey, what did he, I mean, my name is Zuli Rain. I'm a Christ, okay. Command-Shift-C, I'm looking down at my keyboard to make sure I'm getting it right. There are lots of options to make. Astrid, what are you doing? Astrid, I'm watching you. Do you see her? Come snuggle? No, she does not. Well, no, she does not. She does not want to come snuggle. Where was I? Oh yeah, so fear of public shaming will be keeping me on my toes. But if you're just, you know, doing weights, writing weights, writing with, can't think of any other logisticy things to include here. I'm gonna get us up a tea. Oh no. Oh God, that's very hot. Wait, hang on. I'm getting my special hat. Or January 30th. Is that a real date? Anyway, Gilmore Girls. I'm surrounded by disobedient cats. I myself have written well, maybe not dozens, but am I still recording?